clear that Mamelodi Sundowns are going through a challenging period. A series of decisions has cast doubts in the minds of the public, the pundits, and most importantly, the fans. Firstly, there was the untimely sacking of head coach Rulani Mokoena before acquisitions in the transfer market have raised concerns about the player recruitment strategy. Hello and welcome to Soccer Betting News. I'm your host Deshaj, and with me in studio today is African football expert Mogale Sathekge.
Thank you, Deshi, for welcoming me. Good morning to the listeners, likewise.
Mo, I'm going to start off with a statement made by you last week on this very show. Now, you said, and I quote, very bad, a disaster, I unquote. That was your thoughts on Mamelodi Sundowns last week. Have they changed in this week?
Look, I don't know, but in terms of the friendlies the preseason games that they've played a couple of teams, SV, Eindhoven. They've played Cardiff, they've played Al Arabi,
Dynamo Kiev as well.
They played Dynamo Kiev. They are playing Al Hilal Saudi today. So we don't know, man. But you can see that I don't think they won none of those games. They had a draw, and I think they lost 3.
Yeah.
So it becomes a challenge when it comes to the Mamelodi Sundowns that we know.
Yeah.
Pre-season is for preparing yourself thoroughly to. But yeah, again, it's Sundowns. They lost, but you can't say when they come back they will lose the league games.
Yeah.
But let's wait and see, because there's a whole lot of things that changed at Mamelodi Sundowns for the season. I mean, a lot.
Yeah. Okay, well, actually, one of those changes that Masana Wanda made is the incoming coach, Romain Folz. What have you made about his appointment?
The statement that they wrote to say he's an assistant coach, I don't buy it.
Okay.
Someone can't fly from France to Austria within such a day or whatever just to go there for the assistant coach position. I think the man is strategically the head coach of Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yeah.
Because we have seen what he has done previously in South Africa with Amazulu, right?
Yeah.
So for me, look, a big change, a big dynamic, replacing Rulani with False. I don't know. I don't know, man. Looking at what both coaches managed to achieve in the previous season.
Yeah.
But look, Romain Folz actually last season, he was not bad at Amazulu. At Sundowns, he's got material now. We have already seen him. Working with the players in Austria. Because they showed what Mamelodi Sundowns was doing throughout the whole week for their Austrian camp. So, I don't know.
He has actually garnered some praise from the likes of Usutu chairman Sandile Zungu, as well as Manoma Ndidi, who will be his head coach actually at Sundowns. So, he has shown what he's capable of.
I can't say he has shown what he's capable of. Let's just say, like, maybe his coaching styles when he was in South Africa with Amazulu might be a best fit for Mamelodi Sundowns. I think that's one thing that stood for him.
All right.
When it comes to him coming to Sundowns and balancing the coaching team of that consists of Mangoba, Steve Kompela, and him being the third one. So let's see how it goes. Let's see. The best thing is to have a good relationship with the players.
Yeah.
Not have favoritism, like I said. And
Well, let me ask you this. You mentioned the trio. Do you think there's going to be too many cooks spoiling the broth over there?
They play different type of football.
Yeah.
Mangoba plays a very kind of different football. He applies different tactics. It depends on who the opponent is.
Yeah.
Steve Kompela, we know, he believes in sometimes that tight defense, counter-attacking football. And then Jerome Folz, I can say, at Amazulu, I can say, we saw what he tried to do.
Yeah.
He plays position football, and he
but
knows
more expansive
how to,
as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
he knows how to utilize certain players to be at their level best.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, 3 coaches, their CVs looks well.
Yeah.
Who's going to have the upper hand?
Yeah.
Whose word is going to be heard more than the other? So when something like that happens, you sometimes kind of see those type of misunderstandings
Yeah.
in big teams like that, and you wonder if that problem persists, will that affect the team's performance or
Yeah.
what? You'll
Well,
never
do you
know.
think that the final head on the cutting block will be that of the sporting director, because he's the one that has to approve these incoming managers and players?
I mean, they're doing whatever maybe that is affirming to. I don't
Okay.
think they're doing things from the back of their minds. I think he sits down with Mamelodi Sundowns chairman Hlopi Motsepe. They sit down and they discuss what are the future plans of the teams
Yeah.
in terms of acquisitions of new players and technical team and coaches. I think they discuss that. They just don't randomly pick anybody and bring them to the team. So yeah, I think there is a process between Fleming and Hlopi
Yeah.
and maybe the technical uh, management of Sundowns in terms of acquisitions and recruitments.
Yeah. Speaking of acquisitions and recruitments, one player who came through the door is Kobamelo Kodisang. Now, I believe the man is 24 years of age, but he's played over 100 career games, scoring over 20 goals. Can you see him maybe forming a relationship with another incoming striker who came from Brazil?
Look, this far, I can't say much. We have to see at least how Kobamelo will have to after 3-4 games, how he's going to adapt to the PSL football, how they play, and so forth and stuff. Because it's kind of different type of football compared to the Portuguese football.
Yeah.
So PSL is quite different. We can see like how certain team applies certain tactics when they come against teams like Pirates, Mamelodi Sundowns, and Kaizer Chiefs. It's not going to be easy for him, and they brought a new striker from Brazil. Where does
Yeah.
that leave
Shalulile
Shalulile?
as well, because
Yeah.
he's shown that he can do the business end for Sundowns, and I believe he's in the PSL 100 club, of course, netting 100 league goals for Sundowns.
Yeah, I mean, when Sundowns is busy pondering and signing on strikers year in, year out, whereas they have a consistent guy who has, been
Yeah.
up there for the team, making sure he gets the job done for the team
Yeah.
as far as goals are concerned. And now you're just gonna sideline this guy and play a player that, how much did the guy cost? 56 million.
I think it was in that region, the Oliveira,
bracket, yeah.
yeah. So, but he's 20 years of age and playing a different game to what Shalulile. I believe Arthur comes off the wing, where Shalulile is playing more in the central striking berth. So it does look like there is going to be a sort of shake-up on the pitch.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of shake-up on the pitch. Prepare to see a new starting 11, which is I look at it as something that might be Mamelodi Sundowns football. You question things like, will Tambazwani still get the trust and the minutes that he used to get under Coach Rulani Mokoena? And there is a lot to consider. There is a lot to consider from squad changing and shaking point of view.
Yeah.
There's a lot to look at from how the tactical and the technicalities of the game will be applied when they play against certain games. Which players that will come from, from being on the bench, walking straight into the lineup. Is it the time now for the likes of your Maema to start games?
Yeah.
Is it the time now for your Mkhuluisi to start your games, and your Athazwani, they become your substitutes? And there's a lot that goes into my mind. There's a lot of things that you tend to think of when you look at the changes at Mamelodi Sundowns right now.
Well, look, it's clear that they are crossroads at Mamelodi Sundowns. Now, let me ask you, the likes of the leadership, the ownership, and the management of the team, are they pulling in the same direction, or is there a lot of confusion?
Look, after what just came out with Rulani and stuff, we'll start looking at Mamelodi Sundowns leadership and the coaches and the technical staff with a different eye.
Yeah.
The fact that Rulani got pushed out because certain favorite players were pushed out, or not so favorite, but players that he had plans.
Yeah.
At Mamelodi Sundowns, using for the next coming 2 seasons or stuff. There are rumors that Lodge was not wanted by the Fleming. Rulani bought him. There are rumors that Bongani Zungu's acquisition was unnecessary.
Yeah.
Those type of talks and so forth. And look, there is a serious fallout. Sometimes when you dismantle something so good, you start by doing something very small, and you think, it's a quick fix. Container, it's a damage for a very long time. I mean, Rulani had developed a very strong bond and relationship with the players. No lies detected. And of course, he had differences with other players. But I don't know how the players will react to that change.
All right, Homo, it's been a pleasure unpacking all things Masanda Wana related. If you haven't already, please smash that like button and let us know in the comments whether you think this is the demise of Sundowns or not. Thanks and goodbye.
Thank you so much.
For more soccer betting tips and previews, get the latest copy of Soccer Betting News for only 10 Rand at your nearest Hollywood Bets branch or news agent.